What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. It is match day today, people. Come on, man. Yo, biggest game of the season. Tonight is going to be Scenes FC, let me tell you. This is just a warm-up. We're just going for a little jog around the pitch, a few stretches, and then we'll be back tonight for the main action, people. Big up to everyone. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Could this be the night, people? At that stadium behind me, Wednesday night action at the Emirates. Could this be our biggest step yet towards Champions League football? We'll find out if we're the real deal tonight, that is for sure. Big up to each and every one of you for tuning in. And I was on time, you know what I mean? I was on time as well. I want to hear, you know what I mean? I want that same energy, man. Big up AC, who said, I'm working from home, locked in. Hope you're well. Nicholas said, pull up. Yo, we was vibes in last night, people. I can't lie. I'm looking forward to doing the Twitch content as well, because apparently, you know, you can put music on and things like that. Granite Xhaka said, I will do my best tonight, guys, to make you proud. Yellow card is a safe bet, though. Don't tell the people I said that. I mean, Granite Xhaka, will he get sent off? He got sent off when we played Liverpool away from home, but it's a big one. Christian said, Big C, LFG, free point collecting tonight. Time to move the process forward. Come on, people. AHD said, yo, Curtis, what you saying? Did you watch Batman? No, I haven't watched it yet, bro. I haven't watched it. Not music on Twitch. Oh, you can't play music. I've seen people playing music in the background on Twitch, but I don't know what the rules are yet. Lewis said, no sing-alongs today. You'll have Hazard. We had a little sing-along last night. You know what, people? It was an interesting watch-along last night. I can't lie. I did the Man United v Atletico watch-along. And, you know, Man United were poor. They were poor. When I saw the team lineup, I did predict a defeat. I thought they were going to lose 2-1. They lost 1-0. They threw everything at it, man. I called Simeone a football terrorist. Their football is absolutely dreadful to watch. But I suppose it was a defensive masterclass, and United weren't good enough. They're out the Champions League. Their confidence is flat, and I'm just thinking, come on, we've got to finish ahead of them. They are all over the place at the moment. Don't get me wrong, individually, they've got bags of quality, but collectively, it is not happening at all. Lloydie said, big up Big C, we love you, legend. Hey, big up to the community. Big up Lloydie, man. Let's see what they're saying. Wheel it up. Yo, come on, man. Man's on time. I want to hear it. Saeed had a meltdown. Yeah, man. Listen, I can understand Twan's AB settings for him. That was a Simeone masterclass. It was good. It was. I just don't like watching it. Entertainment-wise, it's horrible. Pedro said, Curtly, how do I contact you to advertise on your channel? Hit me up on Twitter, bro. DMs are open. Hit me up on Twitter. They won't be distracted from Champions League. Yeah, on one hand, I was saying that, like, would it be good for Man United to still be in the Champions League, have more games, have to travel, blah, blah, blah. But on one hand, I think their confidence has been shattered by this. Can we go 3-point collecting tonight? Oh, my days. Big one. Big one. That is that for sure, people. Don't forget, member stream 4 o'clock. I haven't actually put the link up yet. I'll put it up as soon as this stream finishes. Make sure you check the community page if you want to come on. 4 o'clock, member stream for a quick hour. Give me your thoughts, and then obviously we'll have the game 7:30 tonight. It's going to be Scenes FC. Yeah, I might have to tell my neighbour that, you know, it's going to be a little loud tonight in this house. I can't lie, so don't panic. But anyway, people, big up Brent, who said, big up to my fellow countryman, Big C. Dominica Settings, my bro, big up, man. Gooner8 said, like George Graham's, boring but effective. Yeah, but dreadful to watch. Football terrorism, that is for sure. Right, let's get into the bits and bobs of today, people. The transfer news, team news, all of that, people. One good bit of news. There was a bit of panic yesterday while I was on stream, actually, because Arsenal put out their training pictures from yesterday and Gabriel wasn't in any of the pictures. Now, Gabrielle's fiance at the moment is 9 months pregnant, so she is due to give birth to their child. And a lot of people were like, maybe she's gone into labor, maybe she's, going to be in hospital all day and he won't play tonight. We were panicking. I could see Rob Holding playing against Luis Diaz, and it wasn't a pretty sight, let me tell you. Panic over, though, people. Panic over. Gabriel put out a post on Instagram and Twitter about an hour ago, and this was what he put up. He put up a picture, Arsenal v Liverpool, 8:15. It's an 8:15 kickoff as well. I wasn't even aware of that. Slightly later kickoff time, and usually when a player puts up that picture, he's obviously he's playing. So panic over, Gabriel plays, and we should be all right, because I'm telling you, Rob Holding against that Liverpool front three, that ain't something I want to be watching. Let me tell you, that is not something I want to be watching. So we should be all right in that sense. Stewie said, United are a mess. I'm more worried about West Ham and Tottenham. Of course, West Ham play Tottenham this weekend, and Tottenham play Brighton away this evening. So hopefully they drop points in that game. Bob against Diaz. Pepe posts every game and doesn't play. Well, at least he's in the squad, though. Salah has travelled. I don't know if anybody's seen, but there was a video this morning of Liverpool walking around London. I think, a lot of teams in the morning, they'll have breakfast, they'll go for a little walk to stretch their legs. The whole Liverpool squad just walking around London, and Salah was pictured. Thiago is back for them as well. So if we're going to beat Liverpool, we're going to have to beat Liverpool at absolute full strength. They had their whole attack. Firmino, Jota, Salah, Mane, Diaz, Origi, all of them were there. Simple says, make sure to buy waffles for tomorrow's stream. Listen, don't worry, man. If we win, it'll be a mini celebration tomorrow. That is for damn sure. Would you put Tommy in a back three today? I wouldn't play three at the back. I wouldn't. I don't think we should change. I think we should stick to what we're doing. As I said yesterday with Tommy Asu, if he's 100% fit, I would potentially play him. If he's any less than 100%, I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't risk him. Just for the fact it's a muscular injury. And if he pulled that calf again, like I said, you could be looking 6 to 8 weeks. And that would be near enough season over. Big C, do you expect Arsenal to win the Premier League in the next 5 years? Hope, yes. Expect, I would say no, just because of our owners. I've said many times, I don't think Arsenal will win the Premier League with the Kroenkes. Things can change in football. Maybe they change their whole attitude and go crazy, but win the league, probably not with the Kroenkes. That's my opinion. But listen, I hope I'm wrong. Kopsky said, let's get the Emirates right. Listen, the Emirates has to be a fortress tonight. Anybody who's going to that game in the comments tonight, you got to do your bit. We have to turn the Emirates into an absolute fortress. It's actually raining at the moment, so the pitch will be nice and zippy and quick. The fans have got to be up for it, man. You play your part, trust me. As an ex-player, and obviously I didn't play in front of 60,000, but I've played in front of some big crowds, and when the fans are behind you, the energy and the belief it gives you, it does make a difference. I'm telling you, it really does. Old Trick said, I wouldn't play him this match, have too much running in it. Big C, we got this. A few of you seem confident that we can get the result. It's good that we're feeling like that. It's really good. We need to target the flanks today. Big C, Martinelli needs to ruin Trent. I don't know if anybody's seen, but there's an article out today that I didn't like, where it's saying that Jurgen Klopp sees Martinelli as a long-term replacement for Sadio Mane on that left, and that's worrying. It is worrying. We have to make sure we're handling business, because these men will leave if we're not. I've always said, for me, Martinelli's got the highest ceiling out of him, Saka and Smith Rowe. Not everybody probably agrees, maybe, but I think because of the way he plays, because I think he will be the biggest goal scorer out of those three, I can see clubs really chasing him. Picasso said, Curtis Shaw, your client Rashford, or Trashford, stunk out the place in the Champions League after getting subbed. He came on, didn't he? Yeah, he came on. Oh, no, he didn't do anything. No, he didn't do a damn thing, I can't lie. Have you watched Ty v Grizz on Lad Bible? Grizz owns him. Do you know what? I saw a clip of it on Twitter. I haven't watched the whole video yet. Listen, I'm sure it's going to be entertaining. Green Street settings tonight, I'm telling you, people. Keeg said Lacquer will score a hat-trick. If he scores a hat-trick, mate, oh my days. I'd have a meltdown on stream. I wouldn't be able to cope. Right, people. Anyway, let's get into it. It might be a slightly shorter video today, with us obviously doing free streams today. Like I said, member stream 4 o'clock. Watch along tonight, 7:30. Make sure you're tuned in. Really looking forward to it. Biggest game of the season for me. As I said, I know every game they say your next game is the biggest game in football, but tonight really is the biggest game of Arsenal's season so far. Make sure you smash the likes, people. Looking forward to seeing all of you in the chat, hopefully, for tonight. It's going to be epic. I don't think I felt as excited about a game all season as this one. I don't know why. But I do. I really do. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, people. The link's in the description. I might even get started on there this weekend. I might do a El Clasico watch-along on Sunday. Obviously, it's the international break after this weekend, which is a shame, really. But I know Real Madrid-Barcelona is on Sunday night. I may do a watch-along for that, and I may just do that on Twitch just to get going and get that started. So, yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitch. Link in the description. If we can get them numbers up, that would be great. Bit of news. Babatunde said, hey, Curtis, first time catching you live in a while. Big up. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in and appreciate your super chat, bro. Couple of fixtures have been rearranged. And this is interesting for me for one of two reasons, really. Let me just zoom in so you can see this, guys. So Arsenal have rearranged a couple of fixtures. Arsenal v Chelsea, that was initially on the 12th of February, has been moved to Wednesday, the 20th of April. That is at Stamford Bridge, 7:45 kickoff. So the 20th of April next month on a Wednesday night against Chelsea. That game was called off, obviously, because I think Chelsea were playing in the World Club Championship. So that game was called off. Now, the interesting thing about this, they've gone and chucked Arsenal v Man United 3 days later, the 23rd of April. Manchester United at home. Early kickoff as well, 12:30 kickoff. Originally a 3 p.m. kickoff. So within 3 days, Arsenal are going to play Chelsea away and Manchester United at home. That is what you call crunch time, people. Shahil said, no red card today. Need to end the game with 11 players. 100%. Absolute 100%. Man said, hey, 420, hey, for the, you know what I mean? Man said, makes sense, 420, we'll smoke on Arsenal. Hey, none of that. We're coming to the bridge. You lot won't have no food, no drink, no merchandise, nothing, you know. But yeah, I mean, listen, on one hand, sometimes it's good to play the games close to each other. But at the same time, 3 days break is not a lot. But hey, it is what it is, people. We have to deal with it. And then on the 1st of May, we play West Ham. It was originally Saturday the 30th. They moved it to Sunday, Super Sunday, 4:30, and the start of the final month of the season. So really, those 3 games from the 20th to the 1st of April, so you're looking at what, 11, 12 days? They are massive, massive games, people. And the interesting thing, they still haven't rearranged the North London derby. I don't understand. And as I said yesterday on stream, I've got a feeling that they're going to try and make that right at the end of the season and try and make it like some big crunch game towards the end of the season. So I think they're trying to hold that back. Paul said, yo, Big C, this might sound mad. I'm starting El Neni over Granit tonight. We just can't do that. Like, listen, I understand your point. He's going to give you maybe a bit more energy and work rate. But he's not good enough on the ball. He hasn't played for a while. And listen, no matter what you think about Granit Xhaka, Xhaka is Thomas Partey's best midfield partner. You know, if we're going to hold smoke, we're going to hold smoke. We'll have to see. Isaiah said, Chelsea fan, can you send us an Uber when we play? I mean, the game's at your ground, so you ain't going to move. Maybe you can sleep at the ground the night before. But listen, big games, looking forward to it. Big up Isaiah, man, for the super chat. Big up Omar. Do you know what's so interesting about tonight's game, people, is that we could pick up any result tonight. And that's what kind of makes the game so intriguing. We could shell-shock Liverpool and somehow get the better of them. We could draw, which I think, let's be honest, as an Arsenal fan, a draw would be a good result as well tonight against Liverpool. but we could get cooked by Liverpool tonight at the same time. As much as I'm optimistic and hopeful that Arsenal are going to win, I'm also realistic about the fact that we could get smoked by Liverpool tonight if they're at it. You know, Liverpool have won 8 games in a row. They're the most informed team in the Premier League. We've got a terrible record against them. And they've just seen Man City drop points against Palace. Tonight could be an absolute meltdown, or it could be epic celebrations. You know, it could be anything. And that's what's so great about the game tonight. You know, anything could happen. We could win 2-1. We could draw 2-2. We could lose 3-0. You know, it could be anything. So it's a big game. Big game. Christian said, Big C, I'm hyped for the match as well. Competitors want to play against the best. The only way to be the man is to beat the man. Ric Flair settings. I totally agree with you. We have to really find out how good this Arsenal team is. And the only way you find out is going up against them teams that are fighting for the title. You know, Palace are not as good as Arsenal, but they found a way to keep Manchester City out and still have some sort of attacking threat as well. You know, Palace could have won that game. They had chances towards the end with Zaha and Conor Gallagher. We have to show that kind of discipline against Liverpool. What I will say tonight, I think the first goal is absolutely crucial. You know, if we take the lead, it opens the game up for us a little bit more. Liverpool have to come and attack us more, and we can catch them on the break. If they score first and our heads drop, that's where it could be a problem. We have to keep Liverpool out early on. Nick said it really could go either way tonight. Yeah, absolutely right. Captain Sal said, don't jeopardise our title challenge today, please. I mean, it's interesting. Like I said, I've got money on Liverpool to win the title, but it's you know, I'm gonna have to lose that bet. This could be the night that Liverpool's title challenge is ended. But hey, I mean, listen, even if they lost, they're still in it, but it would be a huge blow for them. Shaquille said, clip some of the community stream. I'd love to see what the community stream is like. Yeah, listen, I'll speak to the community who are on it and see if they mind being on YouTube, because obviously I keep the videos private, but it's up to them. We have some great talkers on there. Fitz said Palace had a lot of luck. Arsenal never get any luck. Well, I always think when you're doing well, you get more luck, you know. Penalty Spot said, I think Odegaard, Partey and Saka will be on point tonight. We need everyone to be on top form, not a game to carry passengers. Anyone that's struggling, you've got to get them off, especially in the attacking areas, because we got Smith Rowe, we've got Pepe, we've got options, you know. Robert said, I just hope for us to be competitive, hopefully a win, but I want to see us do better than before. Exactly. We have to show what we're about. Big up Jake as well, who said yes to the chat. Mikel Arteta, Curtis, you are favourite for my next centre-forward next season. Mikel, give me 6 weeks to get fit. I'm ready, man. Rochelle said fans in the stadium have a huge part to play tonight. 100%. 100%. We need to take our chances. 100% on that. Against the top teams, you don't get multiple chances. If Lacazette, anybody gets a big chance, you got to finish. Right, let's talk about the headline news of today's game. And FaZe, big up for tuning in, man. He said, good luck, Big C, for today. Don't even have the energy to watch football this season. That is a very down and unhappy Manchester United fan. Big up, FaZe, man. Keep your chin up. We've all been there, man, but we need you to get even worse. I can't lie. We need to take that 4th spot. But, hey, it was a good game last night. Well, not for everyone. Right, let's talk about Eden Hazard. First poll of the day will be going up, people. First poll of the day. According to reports out of Spain, Arsenal have made the first contact with Eden Hazard as Mikel Arteta eyes an ambitious transfer. I don't know what to say in response to this. I got to be honest. I haven't seen much of him. Well, there's been quite a lot of him to see, actually, in Spain, because I don't know what kind of food he's dealing with in Madrid, but he's turned into a big lad. But although he looks a bit more trim this season, Ancelotti's probably shaped him up, you know. But listen, we all know probably what. He left 2019. We know when he left. His final game for Chelsea was actually ripping us apart in Baku. So we know firsthand how good Eden Hazard is. Was, should I say. But Eden Hazard, to me, doesn't look like that player anymore. And I'm not sure if he can come to the Prem and get anywhere near the level he used to be. Adam said all that paella. Has anybody in the chat seen Hazard play that much for Real Madrid? Because I'm not going to cap. I haven't seen him play much. I've seen him play a few times. He doesn't look as quick. He doesn't look like he's doing much. I mean, I'm looking at his stats. 5 starts this season, 12 substitute appearances, no goal and 1 assist. Last season, 14 league games, 9 of them starts, 5 off the bench, 3 goals, 2 assists. In his first season, he only played 16, 12 starts, 1 goal, 3 assists. I mean, you're talking about 4 goals in 2.5 seasons and 6 assists for a guy that, you know, just one of his years at Chelsea, 16 goals, 15 assists. I mean, he's completely disappeared on the football sense, you know. Granit Xhaka mode, great point. I needed that reminder, actually. I wondered why the comments were flying in so much. Big up to everyone for tuning in today. Really appreciate it. This is just the warm-up for today, people. Just to stretch and have a little jog. Let me just put Granit Xhaka mode on because the comments are flying in today. We'll get a poll up and see what you all think. Would you take Eden Hazard? I'll go into a little bit more detail. This is a loan, people. It is a loan. It's not a permanent deal. Right, there we go. Granit Xhaka mode is on. In fact, I'm calling it Joel Matip mode. As I said yesterday, Joel Matip. He's probably the slowest player at Liverpool. So we're going into Joel Matip mode for today, people. Willian 2.0. I suppose the only difference with this and Willian would be Willian was a permanent deal with no escape. You know, this would be a 1-year loan. You send him back if he's no good. Shane said, damn, Big C, I've gone $750 deep on Liverpool. Nervous, haha. Big up, brother. Love the content. C-Unit. C-Unit. Man's put 750 on Liverpool to turn us over. I don't blame you. I get it. But I appreciate you tuning in, bro. Going to be a big game tonight. Chopper said, nah, Milner is slower. Right, I'm going to put the poll up. First poll of the day, people. Would you take Eden Hazard on loan? It's a loan. I want to state it's not a permanent transfer. But I'm going to have to give you some context before you make your decision. I know most of you are just going to say no anyway. I can see from the comments. Would you take Hazard on loan? There we go. First poll of the day, people. Now, looking at his wages, Eden Hazard has 2 years left on a 5-year contract this summer. So about 2.5 at the moment. So he'll have 2 years left this summer. Eden Hazard is Real Madrid's second highest paid player on a reported £400,000 a week. The highest paid player at Real Madrid is currently Gareth Bale on £550,000 a week. So, you know, their 2 biggest earners are 2 of their most washed up players. But I want to read a few of your comments anyway. Sam said yes on reduced wages. Of course, you wouldn't pay the whole wage. They want him out. They want to reduce the wage bill. You could probably get him for 150 grand a week or something. Stuart said, Daryl, said, he's got that match fitness but lost that burst of pace. Hardly gets any chances because his work rate off the ball is not good compared to the rest. Stuart said, hi, Kurt, it's going to be up all night. Don't want to miss 6 a.m. kickoff. Think of me. Hey, man, that's serious work. Aqualo said, we turn up like we did against City at home. Liverpool will be in trouble. I'd rather take Benzema, honestly. Yeah, of course. A penalty spot said, have to say no with context. Who is he better than at Arsenal right now? Not past Hazard. Hazard today is not cutting it. Nick said Hazard is washed up. He's past his best now. The stats don't lie. We as Arsenal fans can't make the same. We as Arsenal can't make the same mistakes again. Would not have him even on free wages. I would personally say no to this deal. If I was Arsenal, I just don't really think we achieve much by doing this. I know, as like Rochelle's saying there, you would hope if he did join. And listen, like I said, people, I don't think this deal will happen. I don't really believe that Arsenal are chasing after Hazard, but I'm not going to not report it just in case. Like Rochelle's saying, he could come in and have a sort of Coutinho effect. A lot of Arsenal fans were saying, don't take Coutinho, he's washed up, hasn't done anything at Barca. Right now, he looks like baller. He still looks like he's balling. So you can't always write a player off. But with Hazard, I just don't think I would do it. I think if Arsenal are going to go for a winger this summer, go and buy a winger. I think there's going to be good wingers available this summer. Like I said, I think Sterling, if he doesn't renew, Gnabry, if he doesn't renew, there's wingers that you could get, who would be lively, who could cause problems. I wouldn't go for Eden Hazard. Listen, I've got no problem bringing in, I know a lot of people in the comments are saying he would get in the way of Martinelli and stuff like that. I think when you're at big clubs, you're always going to have that pressure. You shouldn't really just say, well, we've got Saka, so, I won't have another right winger to compete with him. That's part of being at a big club. Saka, Smith Rowe, these guys shouldn't feel comfortable that they're guaranteed to be picked. That's also part of being at a big club. But for me, Eden Hazard, I just wouldn't go for it. I actually was of the belief, and I'm not just saying it, I always felt like Coutinho still had something in the locker. I think the difference with Coutinho and Hazard, Coutinho was still in good shape. I mean, Hazard might be now, but Hazard's game was based around speed as well, whereas Coutinho wasn't really. It was just his quality on the ball, his passes, long shot. So Hazard for me would be a no. Clement said, I know that I voted yes on the Hazard poll, but the question is, do we need Hazard on loan after he flopped at Madrid due to injuries? If we get the Chelsea Hazard, then yes. Sometimes these deals are worth looking at. I remember the other day we were talking about Lewandowski, and I said, listen, if you can give me Lewandowski, I'm taking him. I don't care if he's on 400 grand. I would actually take a gamble on Lewandowski for a year or two. But Eden Hazard, for me, is an absolute no chance. I wouldn't go anywhere near him. He's 31, where Coutinho was 29. He's been out of shape. Coutinho was never really out of shape. His game is built on speed. That I think he's lost some of that. Coutinho's game wasn't really built on speed. So for me, I think Arsenal should go nowhere near this. Leave Ancelotti to deal with that problem. Because at the end of the day, after that 1 year, you're not going to sign him. He's going to be 32 on 400 grand. So you're bringing a player in for 1 year and he might disrupt things. So I wouldn't go anywhere near him. The interesting thing, just to give you a last bit of context, people, Eden Hazard said in 2021, this is a comment that he made in an interview with L'Equipe. He said, growing up, I tended to watch the French players. My two favourite players growing up were Zinedine Zidane and Thierry Henry. He said he used to enjoy watching the Premier League and tended to watch Arsenal for the reason that we had a big French connection. He loved Henry, loved Wiltord, loved Pires and loved Vieira. He was then asked, does he believe he could ever return to the Premier League if he was forced to leave Real Madrid? He said it would be very difficult to go to a rival of Chelsea as I spent a long time there, but you can never say never. Growing up, I did watch a lot of Arsenal games. Thierry Henry was my favourite striker. I mean, we've heard it before. Let's come off the story. I don't want people to think I'm clickbaiting. The story is there. We'll discuss it. Every player seems to love Arsenal, but it's sad, isn't it? Because you hear all these big players say, I loved Arsenal growing up. Yet we just didn't benefit from that period. Pogba said he supported Arsenal. Hazard loved Arsenal. Lewandowski said Henry was his favourite player. Mbappe said he loved Henry. Yet we never got any of these guys to the Emirates, man, because we were all over the place at times. So we really didn't make the most of that. Henry has a heck of a... Yeah, but Henry probably thinks we have a lot to answer for. I'm rethinking I did all this magic for you to go and benefit from in the years moving forward, and we went and mashed up all the work that the man did, Um, Wenger wanted Hazard, but you snooze, you lose. And how many times has he done that? We all loved Henry and Arsenal. Yeah, one of my best friends, a massive Man U fan, and he actually said to me, he was like, Henry was his favourite striker. And this was at the time when they had Van Nistelrooy. He was like, I just love everything about how he plays. Big C, can you comment on Ronald? Yeah, we're going to speak about that one, definitely. Mohammed said if Hazard has lost his pace, if he has, then stay away from him. It's just a move that to me would go absolutely nowhere. Hazard put you man in a spliff too many times. I'm not gonna lie, he's cooked us a few times. I remember Coquelin doing a backflip all over Stamford Bridge, man. That was painful. If you like football, you love Henry, the king. Yeah, I agree. Let's have a look. Asher said, I'll be real with you guys. Your club is making progress. Bringing in Hazard is massive wages, typical of your previous manager regimes. My opinion, go for a hungry youngster. And I hear you on that. Hazard for me, and you know me, sometimes I'm a little controversial. You know, I said I would consider a Rashford. I would consider Lewandowski, and they were a bit controversial. But Hazard is an absolute no chance for me. You know, let him go to MLS or something. You know, I don't want to see Eden Hazard at the carpet with no pace. I don't know if anybody saw the Man United game yesterday. There was a time, I think after about 80 minutes, Ronaldo's on the right wing, and he tries to knock it past the left back. And he just had no pace, and it was painful to watch. I said, Ronaldo, man, listen, you're a legend. You're one of the greatest ever. But that is painful to watch. Watching Ronaldo with no pace to get past the fullback, I said, nah, man. These men have to know when to call it quits. I can't lie, people. Daniel Podence, yeah, I would actually rather take him than Hazard, actually. I would. Young, hungry, point to prove, quick. That's the kind of thing we have to do. I totally agree with that. Neil said Osimhen and Patrick Schick. Yeah, I like both. Big fan of Osimhen. Dre said Ronnie was running in mud. I don't know what was going off. Next poll, Hazard or Alexis, who was better? Oh, you've started a whole... Listen, you know me, people. You know me. You know my answer to that, man. The little Chilean, for me, was the winner of that debate. Because he carried this team. Eden Hazard did not have to carry Chelsea. He had Diego Costa. He had Cesc Fabregas. You know, this guy was performing miracles at Arsenal, Alexis. Should we do the poll? I mean, it'll be massively biased towards Arsenal. 66% of you saying you wouldn't take him. Do you know what? I actually thought the numbers would be a lot higher than that. So, yeah, very surprised. Very surprised at that. Some of you, 66% said you wouldn't. 34% said you would. Very surprised. Who was better at their best? Here we go. Who was better at their prime? Alexis Sanchez, Eden Hazard. And don't get me wrong, prime Hazard was special. I'm not even going to cap. Prime Hazard was special, but Alexis Sanchez, baby. Alexis Sanchez. Oh. But let me know. The poll is up. RW said, I don't get it, Curtis. Arteta has done really well. Why do you still hate him? First of all, hate is a completely wrong word. I do not hate the man at all. I support him. What I've said is you can't celebrate until you've completed what you're aiming to do, people. You can't celebrate until you've finished the assignment. Arsenal have not finished anything yet. I actually really enjoyed the press conference from Mikel Arteta yesterday because he was saying we haven't achieved anything. So to say I hate him is way over the top. That's way off the record. I'm in full support of the manager. You can see that every match day. And I want him to do well. I told you we'll do a stream and celebrate. But I want to see Arsenal complete the assignment, which would be get in the top four and build from there. You know, we are a massive football club. We can't have a sing and dance because we're in a top four race. We've got to actually get in the top four. Then we can talk about it. Clement said Alexis all day over Hazard. If Hazard was special in his prime, but so was Alexis. You got to think Alexis was at Barca doing bits. He was doing bits in Spain. He did bits in Italy as well with Udinese, right? that got him the move to Barcelona. He came to the Prem, ripped the Premier League apart. Let's be honest, one of Arsenal's best wingers that we've probably ever had. He's then obviously got a big money move to United and it's flopped. He's also won the Copa America with Chile, beating Messi and Argentina. I haven't seen Hazard do anything for Belgium the whole time. So for me, I'm easily going Alexis Sanchez. I do understand that people will say, well, Hazard has won the Prem. But for me, that was just purely in the fact he was at a far better team. In that Chelsea side, you know, with a manager that was at his peak. And so for me, I'll go for Alexis. And that's not even me being biased. I really, really rated Eden Hazard. Hazard turned Coquelin into a Beyblade pure, and I ruined him. He absolutely ruined him, bouncing all over the floor. Alexis wins by a country mile. See you, net. Nah, they were both quality, man. Alexis clear, said MD. Sanchez all day has. Well, I don't know if Hazard was overrated. I'm not going to do that to him. He was different class. Akara said it's Hazard and it's not close, and I love Sanchez. I don't think you could say it's not close. It's definitely close. The man's won Copa Americas, though, man. Did he win 2 Copa Americas? Or was it 1? Hazard was one of the best players in the World Cup 2018. Yeah, do you know what? I can't remember his performance that well. Didn't they get knocked out to, was it France in that World Cup? Yeah, it's an interesting one. Hazard won more trophies, of course. Better club. Can't deny that. Hazard also won the title with Lille. Fair enough. Got to give him credit for that. Dirty Sanchez, match winner. I just think Alexis had that like brick wall, man. His mentality was just so, the determination, the fight. I felt like he could play up front. Both great players. I think it's just preference to what you prefer. I'm the same as that guy. Not even close. Hazard all day. Arsenal bias in the poll. Now that is one question I refuse to make a poll of, Salah or Henry. I mean, it ain't April Fool's Day yet. Let's hold back with them ones. I don't mind an Alexis and Hazard debate, but I will not be putting a poll up for that one. Yeah, smash that, boy. We got 1,700 on in here. Big up to each and every one of you. Little warm up before the game tonight, people. Just a quick chat, a little stretch before the big game tonight. Make sure you follow me on Twitch as well. Link in the description. I may start off, like I said, do a stream on there this Sunday for El Clasico, possibly. No more Chelsea leftovers. We must learn 100%. Rochelle said, Curtis, if you had to get one player from the current squad's name on your shirt, who would it be? I'd get Martinelli. I think Martinelli's... do you know what? I like Thomas Partey, though, as well, you know. But I'd probably go for Martinelli. I can't lie. I feel like he's the future star of this team. Like, I don't know why, but I would probably go Martinelli. I got to be honest, especially if he gets that 14 shirt as well. Daniel says he's buzzing for later. Oh, mate, I can't wait. It's the biggest game of the season. Yeah, he deserves time out for that Salah Henry question. Curtis, doesn't Diaz remind you of Sanchez? A little bit. He's very, very good. Very good. Darren said Partey. Shro said Gabriel. Patrick Vieira said Odegaard. Messi lost both finals via Alexis. Partey, Xhaka. Oh, man, no Xhakas. No Eddies either. Salah hat-trick incoming. I hope not. Right, let me go into another transfer story anyway. And Arsenal are being linked with Barcelona centre-back. Now, I hope I don't just destroy like how you say this guy's name. Ronald Araujo, I'm assuming. Araujo. I'm assuming that's how you say his name. Let me know if I've just destroyed his name, by the way. But I think this guy is a very, very good defender. Seen him a few times for Barcelona last season and this season. He's a bit of a beast on FIFA as well. He's got some good cards. But he is a baller from what I've seen. People, let me know. Anybody who watches Barcelona on a regular basis, give me the scoop on him, man. Give me the rundown. He's 23 years of age, born in Uruguay. He's a Uruguayan international. Turned 23 in March, and he is a baller. We'll sue you for this, Curtis. I mean, the thing is, he's only got a year left on his contract this summer. And according to reports, him and Barcelona are miles away in their wage demands. So, and then he said, Araujo. You know what I mean anyway. Big Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald when he has a stinker. Now, according to reports, Arsenal have offered him $6 million a year. This was a bit of a similar way that we got Cesc Fabregas from Barcelona, in that when a player kind of comes through their system, they're on very small wages. And then all of a sudden, when they get in the first team, they start making massive wage demands. And Barcelona are not always prepared to do those deals. So there could be a chance. Year left on his deal. Now, according to reports, just reading this report, it said he wants to stay at Barcelona, but has made it clear he is not prepared to stay if he is not given something close to what he deserves. Xavi at the moment is prioritising the contract of Gavi, and it seems as if Arsenal and Manchester United are lurking in the background, with Man United, it's saying, apparently willing to pay him up to $8 million a year to bring him in. So it could be a difficult one to get done. I think he's a very, very good player. Honestly, I rate this kid highly, even if I am butchering his name. But you know what I mean. It's a difficult one, you know. Saliba's meant to be coming back. So I don't know. It could just be his agent putting pressure on Barcelona to force them to pay him more money, you know. So we'll have to see. Let's face it, Saliba is not coming back. This could just be paper talk. I'd sell Saliba for this shoot. I mean, how about having both of them? We've already got Saliba, so Salman said I would go after Gavi too. He's better than Pedri. Ooh, that's debatable. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen enough of Gavi yet. I'm a massive fan of Pedri. I think Pedri's unbelievable. But I know Gavi is highly rated. How many centre-backs are we going to have? That's what I mean. Yeah, at the moment, you know, we've got... What we got? We got Gabriel, Ben White, Rob Holding. Hopefully Saliba comes back. Pablo Mari, whether he comes back. That would be 5 centre-backs. Austin Trusty the process is coming as well, although he may be under 23s. So we could have 5-6 centre-backs there. But Trusty will probably play under 23s. Pablo Mari, I would imagine, would be sold. Daniel said, nah, fam, Pedri is world-class. Gavi has still got work to be done. Maybe play 3 at the back. It's just when we won the FA Cup, he did say he didn't want to play 3 at the back. So we'll have to see. South London's finally said, nah, Pedri is another level, and don't forget Ansu Fati. Yeah, they got some good players there. Interesting thing, a story that I saw yesterday was that, according to reports, is that Dembele from Barcelona, there was a belief that he'd already signed a pre-contract agreement to go to Chelsea. They're now saying if this takeover doesn't go ahead quickly, that deal won't happen. Would you take Ousmane Dembele on a free transfer at Arsenal? You know what? Let's go with another poll. 68% of you have voted Alexis Sanchez, 32% for Eden Hazard. The people have spoken. Yeah, we might be a little bit biased. Would you sign Ousmane Dembele on a free? Right winger, could be a replacement for Pepe if he was to leave. There you go. Would you sign Ousmane Dembele on a free, people? If that deal doesn't happen. Nope, he's too injury prone. A lot of you saying no. Would he suit our system? Yeah, I don't know if he's got the work rate. I think he'd be a bit Pepe-ish, where the manager would want more work rate out of him. He's playing well at the moment. He is playing well, so you never know. Barca might give him a new contract. He's on big wages as well. Callum said, I'd much rather us invest the Hazard loan money into renewed contracts for Saliba, Saka, Martinelli, Rambo and ESR. Lock down the youth, keeps these Chelsea rejects away. We need to learn. We've been stung by Chelsea a number of times. We've been stung by Man United. Don't go near these washed up players. Don't go near them. You know, Mikel Silvestre and William Gallas. And, you know, Welbeck was not bad, but he didn't give us what we needed. We needed a top player. And yeah, man, and Willian was the final straw for me. Hendon Guna said Dembele happy his former Dortmund teammate Aubameyang is there. Listen, I actually would take Dembele on a free. I'm not even going to lie. I'd take a gamble on him. That's one that I would potentially take a gamble on because he's still quite young. You're getting him on a free, and he's very on his day. He's a world beater. It's just he doesn't have his day that often. He's only 24 as well. Although the wages would be big, but I just don't think him and Arteta would be a good mix. But I would take him in terms of a player if he was available on a free. That is for damn sure. I like him. Post-marriage, Dembele is a beast. I didn't even know. When Dembele is at his best, no defender can stop him. He's so two-footed as well. King Henry said, Arsenal have conceded 37 goals in their 12 Premier League meetings with Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. Today must change that. That's just, just getting smoked. Smoked every time Klopp comes anywhere near us. We gotta learn to handle it. We gotta learn to handle it. Genuine prediction. I gotta be honest. Oh man, it's painful. It's painful. I predicted 2-2. Do you know what? Right, I'm gonna be totally 100% honest with the community. I honestly think, right, that Liverpool are going to have a little bit too much for us, if I'm being honest. I'm keeping it 100. I'm not going to come on here and just lie. I was saying 2-2 yesterday, but the closer we've got to kick off, I think we're going to struggle to cope with them. But I think it will be close. I don't think they're going to come here and just smoke us. I think it'll be a difficult one. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm completely wrong. I hope we get the better of them. I don't know. I know, Omar, yesterday I said draw, but I just think now I've seen they're at full strength. I'm on match day. I don't know. Maybe it's the nerves. It's hard for me to say that. Trust me, it's very hard for me to say that I think my own team is probably just going to get dealt with. But I think we'll put up a big fight, We'll play our part in the comments anyway. We'll push them the most we can, that is for sure. The Man City place result was the worst for Arsenal possible. They will have fire in their belly. We must perform. Yeah, we're going to have to. We are going to have to. It could be the nerves. It's the nerves, Curtis. That's what Kev would probably say. Listen, a lot of tonight's game will depend on our attitude towards the game. If we're camped on the edge of our own box, hanging on, then we got no chance. If we come out and we win the ball back, and when we get the ball, we explode on the counter-attack, then my opinion will change. Like Kev used to say, we got to punch him in the mouth. Knock them veneers out of Klopp's mouth, mate. Put them teeth all over the Emirates floor. Bang! Lick them down. Martinelli tonight, mate. You go and rip Trent apart. Saka, you go at Robertson. Lacazette, I'll pray for you. That's all I can do for Lacazette. Pray for him up against Van Dijk, but you can try. He'll be in midfield anyway, so he'll be nowhere near him. For Arsenal to win, we are going to have to put in the best performance of our season to win that game. Simple as that. And we could also do with Liverpool dropping a little bit, but it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. We'll see. Let's see how we start the game. I'm looking forward to it. One final little bit of transfer news, and John Cross, he pops up every now and then, don't he? He seems to cover Chelsea all the time now, but he's popped up. He's according to John Cross, Arsenal want Alexander Lacazette to stay. They have Balogun out on loan at Middlesbrough, but we'll also try for a big-name striker this summer like Calvert-Lewin or Ollie Watkins. Now, let me tell you something. If we get top 4, I want better than Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins. I've said before, I don't really rate Ollie Watkins. And I'm thinking bigger than those two. So if they're your big-name strikers, mate, they're not big-name strikers. They might. Calvert-Lewin's got a long name. That's about it. He ain't a big name in football. The man's had one good season at Everton. He gets injured all the time. Ollie Watkins is bang average, in my opinion. He's just a workhorse. You know, I don't think he's any better than Lacazette. Probably scores a few more goals, but I don't want them to. I want us to go bigger and better and badder than that, let me tell you. Stop the John Cross, I'm telling you. Stop the cross. Stop the John Cross, man. Yeah, long name striker. That's all this brother's doing. I don't want none of them two at Arsenal. Nelson, thank you for the super chat. He said, Curtis at 21:45 tonight. I knew it. I couldn't trust this team. Bro, I don't know what to think. I feel like I'm playing the game myself. I'm so hyped up for this game. It's unbelievable. Honestly, it's mad. It's absolutely mad how big this game is. Let me get that off the screen. We ain't signing no Ollie Watkins. Are you mad? Going for all this season. Ivan Toney levels above them too. He's having a better season from what I've seen. I think he scored 5 in his last 3 games. Osimhen, Latoro or Lewandowski. That's the kind of shopping I want us to be doing. Not Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins. London Clothing Company, Nunes. Yeah, I think he scored the winner last night. I think he knocked out Ajax. So his value went up a bit. Get Champions League, we go and get David or Isaac. Isaac, for me, has kind of gone off the radar a little bit now. He's having such a bang average season that all that hype, you know, when people were hunting down his car in London, 4 goals this season in 23 games. That does not hype me up, I can't lie. For 75 million release clause, man, I think he's dropped down the list, Isaac. I was never that hyped about him anyway. Should we try get Brazilian Anthony? He's skillful, very skillful. I saw Rivaldo saying he should come to the Prem. Rion said, Curtis, I want to say the H word. You know what? There's a big report today saying that Manchester City deal could be weeks away from being announced. I think they've got him. I think they've got that deal done. So the H word will be no more, people. No more. The dream for some of you will be over. Not a dream that I ever believed anyway. Rochelle said, all us Arsenal fans are pumped for tonight. Hope it transmits. Listen, I'll be honest. I think the atmosphere will be outstanding in the Emirates tonight. I can just imagine it already. I think the fans really believe in this team. They're behind them. They like what's happening. I think they'll play their part. Let me just end that poll. 57% of you said you would take Osman Dembele on a free. 43% said no, you wouldn't take him. As I said, I got to be honest, I would take him on a free. I'd take a gamble, but I don't think him and Arteta would be a great combination. Unless Liverpool score after 5 minutes. Like I said, we got to keep Liverpool out early doors, man. You know how Liverpool come out the traps flying. You know, you just got to frustrate them, keep them quiet, and then try and hit them back. You know, try and hit them back. This is a team that lost to Leicester. Leicester, you know, we beat them twice this season. They lost to West Ham. I think they've drawn 6 times this season as well. They're not unbeatable. They're a very, very good team, but they're not unbeatable. And we have to bear that in mind tonight. I don't want to see no fear from this Arsenal team. Big up my bro Hakeem. He said, scenes. Bro, scenes tonight. Let me tell you. Tony scored 5 in the last 2. Wow. He's hitting the ground running now. I think he's in double figures for the season. Someone said Mane's elbow. Yeah, he loves elbowing us. Never gets a red card for it either. Bro, imagine the situation if Arsenal lose v Liverpool, Villa and Man U have only Premier League to concentrate on now. Do you think it's back to square one? I mean, it's all ifs, buts and maybes, in it. Let's cross them bridges if we ever come to them. Hopefully not. What I will say is why I really desperately want us to get a result tonight is because we've got a tricky game on Saturday. It's a 12:30 kickoff. It's away from home. We're not as good away from home. We haven't got a great record at 12:30 kickoffs. If we were to take a beating by Liverpool tonight, that Aston Villa game looks 10 times harder. At Villa Park, Coutinho, Steven Gerrard, the manager, international break after. You cannot go into the international break on the back of 2 defeats. On the flip side, if we beat Liverpool or draw with Liverpool, we're going to Villa Park thinking, we're turning these lot over. We're better than them. They've just lost to West Ham. You know, so it can change the whole outlook of everything. It's a massive game. Danny said at least Jota is on the bench. It'll be interesting because Jota's got such a good record against Arsenal. Will it kind of force Klopp to play him? Or, you know, I think at the moment he's in a difficult position. A nice position for him in the sense that he wants Salah and Mane to play, but Diaz is kind of forced his way into his thoughts, and it's hard to leave him out. So will he play Jota? Will he play Firmino? Firmino's got a good record against Arsenal as well. Or will he play Luis Diaz? 6 times said, I think Jota starts. Who do you think he takes out then? Do you think he takes Diaz out? I would imagine surely he would stick with Mane and Salah out wide. Mr. PKA, as Curtis says, Kev says we need to punch them in the mouth, 100%. A big right hand, right on the jaw. That Amazon show will break records, 100%. Diaz, Jota and Salah. You think Mane will be on the bench? That is interesting. Young Nizzle saying Mane, Jota, Salah. Jota, Diaz, Salah, said South London's finest. Listen, they got bags of quality whoever they go for. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Salah, Mane and Diaz will start, said Captain Sal. Yeah, smash the like, people. 1,900 of you in there. Big up all of you, man. We'll get a few comments in. Shorter show today. Well, it's going to be an hour anyway, same as usual. But don't forget, member stream 4 o'clock. I'll drop the link on the community page after this stream. 7:30 will be live for the watch along. 45 minutes build up. It's at 8:15 kickoff tonight. Before the biggest game of the season, that is for sure, people. Temp saying 1-0 to Arsenal. Clean sheet would be unbelievable. What are the timings for Arsenal therapy tomorrow? I'm hoping we don't have to do it, man. I really am. I'm hoping we don't have to go anywhere near it. Lick down them likes, people. Lick down them likes. Total Hit said, love from Sweden. Big up to you, man. Winchester said we have to go get 2 goals in the first half. I mean, listen, I just think we've got to score the first goal. You know, score the first goal and put the pressure back on them. Because don't get it twisted. Liverpool are under pressure. It's a different kind of pressure. It's an exciting pressure because you're trying to win the league. But they are under pressure. They know that an opportunity has presented itself. If they beat Arsenal, they're a point behind City. They know this isn't an easy game. If we go 1-0 up, they'll feel it a little bit. You know, Emirates rocking, you know, rain. All these little things can affect it. We got to make it difficult for them. You can't let them come here and just settle in and then beat us and, you know, go 1-0 up and Salah's running riot and Mane. And you got to clamp these men down and put them on the back foot, you know. Reem said Liverpool's defence is overrated. They just defend as a whole team better than anyone else. I think it's their whole structure that is so good. If you notice, like when Trent bombs on, a lot of the time Henderson drops to the right and covers him. That allows Trent to go and overlap Salah. And if you're at left back and you're playing against Salah and Trent and your left winger doesn't track back and help you, you can get ripped apart, and that's what happens. Fabinho will sit back and help you out as well. So they have a structure that works, man. They're maybe individually. I mean, I think they're all pretty good. I can't lie. Trent and Robertson are very good. Van Dijk's probably the best centre-back in the world, in my opinion. I've hardly seen any striker really get the better of him on a consistent basis. I think Matip is probably a very good kind of... You know, Van Dijk's the hyped-up centre-back. I think Matip is just that guy that goes about his business and is probably a very good... like second choice centre-back to work with Virgil. So I don't think their defence is overrated, to be honest. What I will say is their 2 fullbacks get very high up the pitch, which gives you an opportunity against Liverpool. That's how you can hurt them. But we've got to be quick in transition. We've got to move the ball forward quickly and hurt them. I remember that West Ham game. That was how they did them. They got the ball forward to Bowen. Antonio was bullying people. And that's how they won the game. So we'll have to see, people. We will have to see. Would you take Ivan Virgil? Could have been yeah. Well, we could have signed him when he was at Celtic. We sent our chief scout, and apparently Wenger said he was too laid back. He wouldn't get away with it in the Premier League. So another one bites the dust, I'm afraid. The giraffe to score. I've been dissing Matip for 2 days, so I really hope that don't come back and bite me. Not sure Ben White can cope. Not convinced. This is why I think Jota may come in, because Jota ripped him apart at Anfield. And Diaz has only recently signed. I think they may give him a break. I personally, I think they'll play Mane, Jota, and Salah. That would be my bet. Just because of what Jota's done to us this season, it didn't seem like Ben White could cope with him. Reem said, yeah, we can take advantage of the spaces from the fullbacks bombing on. Everyone has to be 100% with concentration. Do you think Pepe could start as his trickery can help? No chance. No chance. He'll probably get 10 minutes off the bench. Andy Arsenal, big up, bro. He said, Curtis, I'm not confident we are getting beaten up tonight. Wish we didn't have this game, to be honest. Wow. You're very nervous and lacking confidence. I think it'll be a close game, but anything can happen. 6 times said looking forward to Thiago versus Partey. That'll be a good battle. I'm sure they may have played against each other before. Got to get balls over the top tonight. Saka, Martinelli and Lacazette need to be clinical. What Laka's got to do, Laka's not going to run Van Dijk ragged. He hasn't got the pace. He hasn't got the skill. He ain't going to run him. What he's got to do is hold him up and then link up with your wingers. Get your little 1-2s going, your triangles, and play. Odegaard, this is going to be a big test. Fabinho's going to be in that space. Can you avoid him? You know, he was bullying us when we played them earlier in the season. And like I said, Martinelli and Saka, for me, are our key figures in this game today, because Trent and Robertson will bomb on. And when you get the ball back, you've got to hit them on the break. That's our only hope, in my opinion, of breaking them down. Penalty Spot said, if Saliba is better than Ben White, would Arteta justify having a £50 million defender on the bench next season? That's a great question, and that is my worry about Saliba. He's so invested in Ben White that I don't feel like he can bring Saliba back and bench Ben White, because it's almost like Man United. You've seen with Man United, they've had to keep playing Harry Maguire because they're like, we paid 80 million for him. You can't bench him. You cannot bench him. They've put too much money into him. And now it's got to the point where they're like, it doesn't matter how expensive he is, you've got to drop him. They may even have to sell Harry Maguire. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. And this is what I'm saying. When they have a meeting in the summer, he's going to have to prove to Saliba that I can guarantee you get a lot of football. Hopefully, if we're back in Europe, that enables him to be convinced. But he loves Ben White, so it's difficult. It is difficult. We've got 72 million on the bench. You're right, Pepe. But he didn't buy Pepe, so he can get away with it a little bit. Although, to be fair, Ranić didn't buy Maguire. FA Cup tactics versus City and Chelsea counter-attack. It worked. It won us the FA Cup. Mikel Arteta on reports linking him with the PSG job. It's very simple. I'm extremely happy here at Arsenal and grateful that this is where I am. He'll sign a new deal. He'll get a nice pay rise. He'll sign, I think they said, a 3-year contract. So I'm pretty sure that deal has probably already verbally been agreed. It's just a case of dotting the I's and crossing the T's, as they say, man. I think he'll sign it. Emery wanted Maguire. He did. I think he asked for Maguire, Fabinho and Zaha. And they gave him David Luiz, Ceballos and Pepe. So he definitely he got sold the short straw there. Saka or Sancho? I think that Sancho's a very, very good player. I would say Sancho has more natural ability than Saka, but Saka's playing better than him at the moment. So if you're Arsenal, you'd rather have Saka in your team because he's performing. But I would say that, Sancho's ripped up Champions League and that. But at the moment, I wouldn't swap Saka for Sancho because he looks like he's getting better and better in the Premier League. But Sancho natural ability is ahead of him. I'm telling you that for sure. Sancho definitely has a higher ceiling. Yeah, man. I mean, he scored like 20 goals one year for Dortmund and ripping up Champions League. But Saka just seems to have that know-how and that performance and that mindset at the moment. Saka is overall better than Sancho right now. Yeah, he's performing better than him, definitely. But Sancho is a baller, trust me. Big baller. Let's get a few more comments in, then we'll round up, people. Saka is constant. Yeah, that's what I mean. Consistency is everything. the difference between De Bruyne and Pogba is not the talent, it's the consistency. Pogba's got the talent, but he doesn't turn up week after week, and that's the problem. You know, it's all about consistency in football, people. You've got to perform on a regular basis. South London's finest, Sancho is a baller. United will ruin him. A lot of what happens at United will depend what manager they get next season. If they get a good manager, then they can come back. But if they appoint the wrong manager again, they'll be all over the place. I think they'll get Poch. I don't think they'll go for Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag is very demanding. He likes his team to press, high energy. This United team is not built for that with players like Pogba and Ronaldo. So I think they'll get Poch from PSG. Reece Nelson just faded. Yeah, I think he's struggling. You know what? Somebody was saying that during the international break. That's one of the shows I'm probably going to do. We're going to look at the loan players at Arsenal, how they're getting on, what's been said about them, how many appearances they've made. Should we sell them? Should we loan them out? Should we play them? We're going to do something like that during the international break. Reggie said Saka is one of those players that people will never consider a great until they look back on his career. It'll be interesting how his trajectory goes. I think as he adds more goals to his game, he'll go even better. CJ said, would you take Martinez or Calvert-Lewin? I like Martinez over Calvert-Lewin. I'm not the biggest fan of Calvert-Lewin. Decent hold-up striker, but injured too much. Balogun scored last night for Borough. Big up, man. I like him. Good little finish. Whipped it from the edge of the box. I think he's got talent. I think his ceiling's a lot higher than Eddie's. I can't lie. Thomas Tuchel has become United's #1 managerial target. I think they'll get Poch. I think Tuchel will stick with Chelsea. They'll sell the club and he'll carry on for another year. Calvert-Lewin is washed. Nelson can be sold. It's as simple as that. I don't see him progressing at Arsenal. I don't. Felix or Martinez. Do you know what? I like João Felix, you know. I've always liked João Felix. He doesn't score that many goals, but I've always liked him. But he would cost a fortune, as I said. I think he's on nearly 200 grand. They're going to want 80, 90 million. No, I'm not going to the game tonight, you know, bro. I'll be right here. I'll be right here. 7:30 watch-along business, people. So I will not be there. Predicted lineup. I think we'll play the same team. I got to be honest. I think we'll play exactly the same team. I don't think Tomiyasu will start. But if he trained 3 times last week. Apparently he was supposed to train yesterday. If they believe he's 100%, they'll probably play him. If he's any less than 100%, I don't think they'll risk it. Personally, I don't think he'll play, but he might. David is a cheaper alternative. Yeah, he is. Let's get a couple more comments in, then we're out of it. Anton said, big up yourself. Buenos Aires, Guna, big up, bro. Absolutely hyped for the game. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for the game tonight, people. Really can't. Biggest game of the season. DJ Niche said, for once I caught you on a live stream, in a first one in a while due to work. Big up, bro. I'm just about to round up as well. Listen, people, I'm out of here. Great stream. Nearly 2,000 of you in the chat. Lick down the like button. Biggest game of the season tonight. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. 7:30 tonight. We're back for the watch along. Biggest game of the season at this stadium behind us. Arsenal against Liverpool. 7:30 we go live. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. Link in the description. We're going to get going on there. Maybe this week, actually. International break coming up as well. And member stream at 4 o'clock, so in less than an hour. Enjoy your day, people. I'll either see you on the member stream at 4. If not, I will see you at 7:30. And Mike, don't worry, Gabriel is playing. Unless there's some breaking news. People, don't tell me there's breaking news. Some people saying Gabriel's out. Nah, Gabriel, he's back. He's back. He put up a post on Instagram saying Liverpool v Arsenal. He's playing. Gabriel is playing. Don't panic us, people. He's here. People, thank you for tuning in. Smash that like button. Biggest game of the season tonight. Scenes FC in full effect. I will see you all later, people. Bless.